better Scotland and a safer Scotland. I don't want nuclear weapons in my country, Scotland. Or David Cameron in charge. So please keep fighting for the children of Scotland. Keep fighting for independence. Because we are the future. Now please welcome my dad, Tommy Sheridan.
It's a bit difficult to follow that, I've got to say, brothers and sisters. I said during the Hope Over Fear tour, when I had the great pleasure of speaking at 113 meetings and speaking to 25,000 people across Scotland, I said at the time that although it was a great pleasure, it was also a cost, because it meant I never get time to spend with my wife and with my child. But I consoled myself by telling myself that the reason I was doing all those meetings and the reason I was fighting for an independent Scotland was for my Wayne and for every Wayne in Scotland. We brothers and sisters today have confounded all the critics, all the skeptics. They said we couldn't do this type of thing. I've got a wee saying. Those who say it can't be done shouldn't stand in the way that those are doing it. People have mentioned the great Nelson Mandela today. Lorna Farrell earlier made the point that Nelson Mandela advised us always to be guided in our life by hope, not by fear. Brothers and sisters, Nelson Mandela also said that success in life is not counted by the number of victories you achieve. It's counted by the number of times you pick yourself up after a defeat. That's what it's about. We have picked ourselves up, brothers and sisters. We say loud and clear, we are still for a better Scotland. We are still for a nuclear-free Scotland. We are still for a Scotland that puts burns before bombs. We are still for a Scotland that puts pensioners before profits. We say loud and clear, brothers and sisters, our dream lives on in our hearts and will never die. Never die. I ask each and every one of you, brothers and sisters, if you really want a new and a better Scotland as part of a better world, sometimes you have to start with yourself. Sometimes you have to start in your own community. I would appeal to each and every one of you. When they try and force us to hate one another, to be divided between each other, we should say loud and clear, we should reply that we will not accept any more disrespect. We will not accept any more hatred. We are promoting love and respect in Scotland, brothers and sisters. Our new country, our new world is based on tolerance, it's based on understanding, it's based on human solidarity. That's what our new world's all about. I have to say, in the short 7 months that we've got to the next general election, I believe, despite not being an SNP member, despite not being a nationalist, I am the co-convener of Solidarity, of a socialist party. We and the Greens and everyone else who played a role in the independence campaign would have the right to stand in 7 months' time at the general election. There's no doubt about that. But I think it's time to put our politics, our own politics, to the side in order to unite the yes vote next May. If that means me voting for a political party that I'm not a member of, if that means me voting for a political party that I might disagree with, because I don't want to cut corporation taxes, I don't want to be a member of NATO, I don't want to share sterling, but let's face reality here. I don't want in 7 months' time to turn round and say, oh, that was no bad. The Socialists got a few thousand votes, but the Red Tories got re-elected. I want to say, in 7 months' time, Scotland isn't just free of the blue Tories. We're not just free of the yellow Tories. We're free from the red Tories as well. If we brothers and sisters, let's face it, I remember, and I'm going to apologise to the children here, I'm going to swear in a wee minute here. I remember Thatcher. I know we shouldn't have used language like that in front of the children. Thatcher. I remember Thatcher said that if Scotland wanted independence, all they had to do was send a majority of MPs to Westminster who supported independence. Brothers and sisters, in 7 months' time, if we can unite the 1.6 million and more, because they've realised that they were wrong to believe the promises of the No campaign. If we can unite that 1.6 million votes, we could send a majority of the 59 MPs to Westminster. And we constitutionally could declare independence. Brothers and sisters, we've been asked to move on because we're running late and the police have been patient, and I'm also waiting to hear this guy here, Jerry Cinnamon. This guy, there's very few men who've ever reduced me to tears. But when I listened to his song on YouTube, I was greeting. I've got to tell you that, I was greeting. Brothers and sisters, my final wee message to each and every one of you. Beware, there's always going to be some people that try and divide us. There's always going to be some people that attack us. I usually get attacked, that's fine. I've used sunbeds for a few years and I've got broad shoulders. My skin's tough, I can take it. But remember, John Paul Sartre was quoted earlier by Bob Thompson. Always remember, John Paul Sartre says, only those who are not rowing have the time to rock the boat. Brothers and sisters, I ask each and every one of you, I am not asking you to do nothing for 7 months and then just vote for somebody. I'm asking you to get involved in your community, get involved in your trade union, join political parties, become engaged in the political process. We in the last 12 months have awakened a nation. Don't go back to sleep, brothers and sisters. Please, stay strong. Preach respect. Preach love. Preach human solidarity. Thanks very much, brothers and sisters.